In fact, so committed is Gurdev Kaur, or Bibi as she's affectionately known amongst the women, to educating the younger children within the community, she's translated traditional Shabads into English, a revolutionary move in a religion which even after several generations in Britain has held on to the original sacred language of worship, a mixture of Punjabi with Persian and Sanskrit words, which is hard to understand even for many modern-day Sikhs. Historically, the Shabad has been performed in very traditional styles. Indeed, the Guru Granth Sahib is quite specific about the meditative rags, or the notes and structuring of the various Shabads. But Gurdev Kaur believes in order to appeal to the youth culture, the music must move on.
Ours is the only group who sings in English, or who explains in English. I was the first one who wrote a hymn book, bilingual hymn book, which we give out to children. They can read what it says in English rather than, they can't read Punjabi, but they can read in English. And then when we sing a shower, I ask them to join in the congregation when we do the singing. And when they have joined in, we sung a little bit. Then I explain everything in Punjabi and English both. So I think ours is a unique group, which is complying with the need of the society. Our children need it. And whenever we are there, the children are so quiet because they can understand us what we are saying.
19-year-old Kulveer Kaur, who's been a member of the choir for 2 years, agrees.
I know a lot of children who go to the Gurdwara and just can't understand anything. And when it is in English, it's easier for them because obviously English is my first language. I'm not gonna say anything. But Punjabi is when you are told what the meanings are, it's much easier.
By translating traditional devotional songs into English and by using modern keyboard beats as opposed to traditional Indian instruments such as the harmonium, Gurdev Kaur's choir reflects a fusion between East and West, a changing Sikh culture which uniquely preserves religion in a newly synthesized form. An organisation which tries to promote greater understanding of culture and religion through the arts is Cultural Cooperation in London. Director Prakash Daswani has organised numerous festivals on world music in which the Sikh Nari Manch have performed and is currently working on a project which has the theme of diaspora. It focuses on the cultural and religious traditions of people who have migrated to Britain in large numbers, be it through choice or as refugees, and how they have enriched British society. He explains the importance of music to diaspora communities.
Music reminds one both of their physical home and, of course, as one sees in the whole panoply of devotional music, reminds one of one's spiritual home. And it's something which so many so-called diaspora communities automatically turn to, often first, in order to reconnect with where they've come from and reconnect with their sense of who the Supreme Being is.
In Sikhism in particular, he says sacred music plays a key role.
The use of rhythm, the use of music, the use of communion that music seems to give to the performer as well as to the listener is vital. And it is wonderful that the Sikh Nari Manch Choir does contain so many women, because in traditional communities there's a sense in which women are not allowed to sing the sacred music, and it's fantastic that in the Sikh community women come to the forefront and are able to sing songs in the way that they would be in a Gurudwara.
Indeed, the 10 founding gurus of Sikhism all stressed the full equality of women and denounced the atrocities of the time, which included female infanticide and sati, the burning of widows on their husbands' funeral pyres. Gurdev Kaur and the Sikh Nari Manch want to remind the community and encourage women especially to take an active part in worship and teaching. And it's through singing Shabads that the choir can preach this message by example. The choir's work not only strengthens the Sikh community, but also gives non-Sikhs in Britain an opportunity to gain a better understanding of the faith. In addition to singing regularly at Gurdwaras, the Sikh Nari Manch have performed at the Royal Albert Hall in London, the Symphony Hall in Birmingham, the House of Lords, and at various interfaith festivals. Their approach to sacred music, with its combination of traditional devotion and courageous innovation, could become a role model for other sacred musicians in the dispersion, both in Britain and elsewhere.